to go back one point because it brings up a question that, brings up a scenario that I experience all the time. I've realized, nutrition, people get on diets, there are fad diets, there are fad exercise programs. Everything is extremes in today's world, ketogenic diets and all of these things. People have moved away from simplicity. Okay, I always compare, I always look at the life of farmers. Okay, I look at farmers working in the field. I've spoken to so many of them. The women are slender, tall, healthy, robust, except for the ones who are sick, of course. The men are ripped. They don't go to gyms. They don't drink protein shakes. Their food is minimal, carb-based. What grows, they eat. I mean, that's nature showing you. You don't need to read a magazine written by a doctor or nutritionist saying that this protein will build your body. It's clear. It's, it's a product sale or you're enhancing a diet. So there are fads that exist in the world. I'm noticing that spirituality today is also becoming a fad in a way that people are making it a fad. It's not a fad. So people jump from one chanting class to another, one meditation class to another, and yet they seem more unsettled than ever before. So what I see is that what they've learned in their meditation, they fail to apply. They don't learn to apply it in so if I've learned to meditate in this morning today and my intention for the day is not to react but to respond, it's great, it's an intention. But the moment I get into a situation, I'm reacting, I'm not responding. So I feel that, people have a to-do list and meditation done, exercise done, organic shopping done. They're just following a list. But they're not applying, they're not able to apply it. Now, people who are sick, they get the opportunity to apply it because they realize that, okay, my chemo cycle's coming up. I'm going to visualize and I'm going to meditate and do it differently today. How do you see us bridging this gap and getting people to start applying? Is it routine? Is it discipline? Is there a technique that, we can get people to really apply so that they get the true benefit of this in their lifetime? Whether it's spirituality, whether it's nutrition.
I find, let's imagine a scenario. Okay, the day you come home early from work and say, I'm going to go to sleep early. The moment I hit the bed, I must be gone. When you desire the most, it runs away. You try your best, I want to sleep early. It doesn't happen. People who meditate also, they say, today I'm going to go off. The moment I close my eyes, I must be at a super consciousness state of samadhi. It doesn't happen. More you chase, faster it runs away from you. You have to relax all your efforts first.
Okay.
Second thing, do you have interest? That's even more crucial than the first one. If you have the interest, then you don't need to use willpower.
True.
Huh? You don't have to struggle. You don't have to put alarm clock. Interest creates everything. On your first date, did you have to put alarm? Visit your girlfriend, she's waiting at this time. You didn't have to put alarm clock. To a child, do you say, my dear child, use your willpower and have your ice cream? Doesn't have to use willpower. When you have interest, everything happens beautifully. Are you interested in your health? Okay, if you're interested, you have this. But the problem starts, but I don't like to meditate. I'm interested in my health, but I don't like to meditate. What do I do? I'm interested in my health, but I will not take chemo. I'm interested in my health, but I will not go see this doctor. I'm interested in my health, but I will not take these foods. I'm happy with whatever I'm eating. Well, if you have this attitude, not even God can help you.
Awesome.
Yeah?
And you write beautifully in your book about intention. I'm a firm believer of intention. You either start your day off with the right intentions, no intention, or the wrong intention, and your day flows that way. So what would you have to say about intention, setting intentions when it comes to healing or prevention or just living a good life or feeling good about yourself?
When we have to make use of intentions as far as health is concerned, to think oneself as healthy is good. To think oneself to be better than yesterday is good. And looking forward positively that yes, I can cross this river. I can do it. This positive feeling helps. Per contra, you think, oh my God, I can't do this. I will not do this. It's impossible. It's not for me. Right from the beginning, you have denied the change that can happen in you. We have a choice. Either you say, I'm not going to do it because I can't do it and I don't like this, versus, oh, I can make a difference to my health. I will do this. This seems interesting. Let me try this at least. Give a advantage to your doubt. Okay, may not be, I may not like to do this, may not be capable of doing this, but let me try. Maybe let me see what happens.
Right.
Instead of eating bread, let me eat this. See if this food habits which is prescribed to me is helpful. There is nothing wrong as far as it's going to improve my health. And you're not talking to a street person who says eat this and eat that. You're talking to a professional.
Right.
But often there is a topsy-turvy thing, and here in invertendo, it's so sad. When a restaurant person who wants to promote a particular dish to his advantage, because if it stays in the restaurant for another 2 hours, it will get spoiled. People get mesmerized by their, oh, a lovely dish, please have this. It's the special recipe of the day. Versus a person who says, oh, this prescription for food is there. My doctor, who is my nutritionist, has prescribed these foods. But people, they take it with so much of pessimism, so much of doubts, but they surrender to the waiter in the restaurant.
Yeah.
It's a tragedy, you see. Once you're paying a fees to a doctor, you're paying a fees to a therapist, have a trust, have a faith. You know, it's only food. It's not going to kill you. It's not something of a poison-like thing. It's worth trying. It's only food. How can it harm you? Right? Secondly, meditation. How can it harm you either? In the worst scenario, you have wasted 10 minutes of your time every day. Do you worry about 10 minutes of the time when you read some crazy magazine or go through some unnecessary FaceTime or Facebook or Twitter?
Right. Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah.
Anyway, I think this discussion can go on and
I
on
know.
and on.
I have like hundreds of points that I'd love to just talk to you about, but no, it's amazing. Can I ask you one last thing? Just discuss one last thing. So when it comes to discipline, because today, I mean, I've been through all phases of my life where my parents instilled discipline, and they said discipline is the way forward. Of course, at that point, we had no choice but to listen to them. And as we rebelled against it, like any child will do. But today, I'm doing a full circle in life where I'm coming back to discipline and routine. And I have, I work with some of the soldiers in the veteran program in the US who have come back with, disturbance in their mind and, depression, and all of them say that all the new programs which has robbed the armies of discipline. Before, everything was discipline. You have a problem, deal with it. Over, move on. Today it's like there'll be a counselor who will get into the problem, and like you said, where you put your focus, it only grows. So that emotional, distress grows more and more, finally where, the system is not complete. They come back or they're shipped back because they're depressed. And then some of them create crime, some of them commit suicide and all of these things. And they only say that if it went back to what it was, which means discipline and routine, we wouldn't have been in this whole post-war trauma situations and stuff like that. So what's your take? Because it's something that's really close in my heart to start getting people to instill discipline again in their lives and in their kids.
I think you are You have not asked me one question. You have put million questions in this.
No, discipline and routine when it comes to meditation.
So when you gave me the example of what veterans, war veterans, it's a very sad situation.
Yeah.
My heart goes out for them. But one thing for sure, we're waging wars to create peace. One last war to end all the wars. It doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen. Right.
To create a discipline, one has to see what is at the end of the process. Carrot has to be given. Right? One boy came to me many years back. It was 2013. He was not interested in studies at all. He said, "I'm fed up of my studies. I don't want to study, and I give up. I'm fed up." Parents were crying, so emotional, you know. And he had to clear the 12th exams, right? Parents were pressurizing, "You must get 90 plus. We don't have money to pay for private colleges." Competition is also governed by this class of students and that caste of students and economically backed. So the government also doesn't support certain, if you have a certain surname. If you have a certain surname, but economically your father may be a millionaire, but you will need a lower percentage, you'll get the admission. It's a tricky situation in India. Children are under tension because of all these things. But anyway, to cut the story short, what motivated him after our discussion was this. I asked him, forget your study part at the moment. Tell me, which car do you like? He said, "Oh, I love Fiat." I said, "Fiat of India or Italy?" He said, "I like a sports car from Italy, Fiat." Okay. Which is to him better than BMW and Mercedes. I said, "Great. How much does it cost, my boy?" He said, "It's about 3.5 crores. I said, "Great. Stop studying. Great. How will you get 3.5 crores to get the car?" I started thinking, see. I say, if you drop studies, you will not be in a position to even buy a bicycle. Today's world, if you need a job, if you find a job, first of all, you need a good education. Otherwise, you'll be surrounded by beautiful Fiats and Mercedes and BMWs, but you'll be a driver there. That woke him up a little bit, and glad he is right now clearing his IIT.
Wow.
See? Students, discipline, a person who is following a spiritual path, discipline, a guy who is going to a gym, discipline. Everywhere, discipline is necessary. Today I go to a gym and say, okay, I'm going to gym, but I will skip lifting weights. A successful bodybuilder, he's able to move from 5 kg to 50 kg in short time. If he doesn't, if you don't succumb, if you don't rather accept this resistance, the challenge, then muscles are not working. They will not build. Moment you say, okay, 10 kg today, 2 kg tomorrow, 1 kg, half kg, and no kg, your muscles will
Correct.
they will deteriorate over a period of time. They are not challenged. So discipline is a challenge. But when we see the result or outcome of it, when you do it with joy,
It's different.
then the blow of discipline is not there, because now you see the end result. Imagine a yogi. Day after day he meditates, but the carrot that he is dreaming to acquire is not there. Good meditation means how well you have gone deeper in yourself, how well you have forgotten yourself, how well you have remembered the Lord or have got absorbed in the Lord. If these things are lacking, if day after day your experience is deteriorating, then why would you meditate? At every process in this world, you need a carrot. First see the carrot and let that move you. Later on, the reaction changes, protocols change. Later on, you do it not to acquire anything. In your younger days, when the romance is there, oh, I love her, oh, I love her, I love her too. There is no end to this nonsense. Later on, when you settle with the person you truly love, you stop looking around. And a higher stage also comes when you are loving for the sake of love, because this one person has trained you now to love everything. That's why heartfulness recommends family life, that where your efforts are challenged, your emotions are challenged, everything about you and your love is challenged. Then we learn slowly, oh, now it is love for the sake of love, not for individuals, not for any things or objects or any fulfillment, emotional or spiritual. Love for the sake of love. Then you don't need discipline. You have arrived home. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. It's been an honor. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.